Before we begin, try something simple. Lift one hand and hold it in front of you. That tiny movement requires billions of cells to coordinate electrical signals, oxygen, nutrients, muscles, and a molecule called ATP. But on some mornings, even reaching for your phone can feel heavy. Your body is still producing energy, so why can you feel completely drained? In this journey, we will trace the energy you feel backward, from your attention and movement into your brain, through your cells, into food, and for much of that food, all the way back to sunlight. Then we will pause for a short experiment, one you can feel for yourself. But this is not a promise of infinite energy, and it is not a miracle cure for fatigue. It is something more useful, a map of the systems that help you feel awake, capable, and alive, and a way to recognize when tiredness may need more than another cup of coffee. In physics, energy is the capacity to produce change or perform work. Inside your body, cells continually transform chemical energy from nutrients. One of the main molecules that transfers this usable energy is called ATP, adenosine triphosphate. ATP helps muscles contract, neurons communicate, molecules move across cell membranes, and tissues repair themselves. You are using it now, simply to keep your heart beating, your lungs moving, and your brain following the sentence. But here is the first surprise. The amount of physical energy inside your body is not the same as the feeling of being energetic. That feeling is constructed from many signals. How well you slept, the time of day, your recent activity, hydration, stress, immune activity, your emotional state, nutrition, medicines, and your underlying health. Therefore, low energy is rarely one empty tank with one simple refill. It is a message produced by an entire living system. For much of life on Earth, the story begins with light. Plants capture only a fraction of the sunlight that reaches them, but that fraction is enough. They store some of its energy inside chemical bonds. Food webs carry that stored energy through living systems. Digestion breaks nutrients down. Oxygen helps your cells release usable energy. And structures called mitochondria help convert it into ATP. The process is microscopic, but its consequences are visible everywhere. A root pushing through soil, a bird lifting into the air, a child learning to walk, a human mind imagining a future that does not yet exist. The matter inside you is ancient, but the energy supporting this moment is being managed, second by second. You are not a motionless object carrying a permanent supply. You are an ongoing exchange between light, matter, life, and time. The first system to examine is sleep. Sleep is not simply the absence of work. It is an active biological state connected to learning, immune function, metabolism, emotional regulation, and alertness. But the number of hours is only part of the story. Regular timing and sleep quality matter too. Light helps set your circadian rhythm, the internal clock that helps organize sleep and wakefulness. Daytime light helps keep this clock aligned with the natural day. But for many people, bright light late at night can shift it later. Caffeine may temporarily reduce the sensation of sleep pressure, but it cannot erase your biological need for sleep. Therefore, before searching for an extraordinary energy technique, examine the ordinary rhythm underneath your day. Do you wake at roughly consistent times? Do you receive daylight during the earlier part of your waking day? Do screens, caffeine, work, or worry follow you into the time meant for sleep? Sometimes the most powerful way to increase tomorrow's energy begins with how you protect tonight. Movement requires energy, so when we feel tired, remaining still can seem like the obvious solution. But the relationship is not that simple. For many generally healthy people, regular physical activity can improve sleep, daily functioning, mood, and the sensation of energy. Even a modest amount of appropriate movement may help more than waiting to feel perfectly motivated first. Try a small experiment now. If it is safe and comfortable for you, place both feet on the ground. Gently move your shoulders backward once, then release them. Unclench your jaw. Take one comfortable breath and allow your exhale to last slightly longer than your inhale. Now, notice whatever changed. This is not a cure. It is simply a small change in your present state. A reminder that energy can sometimes be influenced through action, not only awaited as a feeling. But if physical effort causes unusual crashes or makes your symptoms worse, do not force your way through it. That pattern deserves professional medical guidance. Movement should support your living system, not punish it. Your cells need raw materials and a stable internal environment. Water supports circulation, temperature regulation, and normal body function. When you become dehydrated, clarity, mood, and physical performance can suffer, especially during activity or hot weather. Food supplies fuel and essential nutrients, but no single food can create limitless energy. Supplements may help when a real deficiency exists, but they do not automatically solve unexplained fatigue. The same caution applies to energy drinks. Stimulation may change your alertness for a while, but borrowed alertness is not the same as restored sleep, adequate nutrition, or treatment for an underlying illness. Therefore, the question is not, what can make me feel something immediately? The better question is, what does my body repeatedly need in order to function well? Real, sustainable energy is supported by patterns, not miracles. Not every form of exhaustion begins in the muscles. Sometimes the body is still, but the mind has been running for hours. Your brain is constantly sorting signals. What matters? What can wait? What may be dangerous? And how much effort will the next task require? Stress, unresolved emotions, constant notifications, anxiety, boredom, and overwork can all shape the experience of fatigue. That does not make tiredness imaginary. It means fatigue can be biological and psychological at the same time. Pause for a moment. Without judging yourself, silently name your biggest drain. Is it poor sleep, too little movement, stress, irregular food or water, too many demands, or tiredness you cannot explain? Now choose only the most likely one. You do not need to solve everything in this moment. Naming the pattern is not the complete answer, but it can turn a vague feeling into a more intelligent next step, because your attention also has limits. And sometimes, the first step toward recovering your energy is to stop spending it everywhere at once. So now, let us give your system one quiet minute. For the next few moments, stop trying to manufacture energy. Let your body be supported by the chair, the floor, or the ground beneath you. Relax your hands. Allow your shoulders to soften if that feels comfortable. Do not force your breathing. Simply notice one inhale arriving and one exhale leaving. Now ask yourself one question. What is the smallest supportive action available to me today? Not the perfect routine, not a complete transformation, and not another punishment disguised as discipline. Just one action, perhaps drinking water, eating something nourishing, stepping into daylight, taking a short walk, turning off the notifications, ending your work, and allowing yourself to sleep. Or asking someone for help. Choose one. Then picture when you will do it. You do not need to experience a dramatic transformation right now. A small shift is enough, because real change often begins below the threshold of drama. Your body may not be asking you to perform harder. It may simply be asking for your attention. And in the next 24 hours, we are going to learn how to listen. For the next 24 hours, I invite you to conduct a simple experiment, not a cure, not a challenge you can fail, just 5 observations. First, record when you sleep and when you wake. Do not judge the pattern, simply observe it. Second, spend a little time in ordinary daylight during the earlier part of your waking day when practical and safe. Third, keep water available and notice whether you are drinking enough for your needs, especially during activity or hot weather. Fourth, include a tolerable period of movement, perhaps gentle stretching or a brief walk within the limits appropriate for your body. Fifth, notice what may be borrowing from tomorrow's energy: late caffeine, constant notifications, unfinished work, stress, or staying awake after your body has begun asking for rest. At the end of the day, write down 2 moments. When did you feel most alert, and when did you feel most depleted? Do not attempt to change everything at once. You are not trying to prove that one habit works for everyone. You are collecting information about the living system called you. And tomorrow, you may understand that system a little better than you do today. Sometimes, fatigue is not a lifestyle puzzle. Persistent or unexplained tiredness can be connected to sleep disorders, anemia, thyroid conditions, infections, medication side effects, depression, anxiety, chronic illness, or other causes that no video can diagnose. If your tiredness lasts for weeks, keeps returning, becomes severe, or interferes with your normal life, speak with a qualified healthcare professional. Do not stop or change prescribed medication on your own. And if fatigue appears with chest pain, serious difficulty breathing, fainting, confusion, or thoughts of harming yourself, seek urgent local medical help. This is not weakness, it is information. Listening to your body does not mean explaining every symptom by yourself. It also means recognizing the moment when self-help is no longer enough. Because responsible curiosity knows when to ask for evidence and when to ask for care. We often say, "my energy," as if energy were an object we own, something we can spend, lose, and somehow refill. But the energy you experience emerges through relationships between light and darkness, movement and rest, food and water, attention and emotion, your body and the world surrounding it. Perhaps your body is not a dead battery that must be bullied into performing. Perhaps it is a living rhythm that must be understood. You do not need to become infinitely energetic. You need enough clarity to move when life asks for movement, and enough wisdom to rest when your body asks for repair. So before you leave, choose one part of the 24-hour experiment: sleep, daylight, water, movement, or reducing mental overload. Which one will you observe first? Share your answer below, not as a promise of a perfect tomorrow, but as an experiment beginning today. And remember, energy is not only something you use to remain alive. From sunlight to cells, from breath to thought, you are part of an ancient exchange that began long before you, and for this brief moment has become your life.